I'm good with the cards. I could have been a lover, breaking others' hearts. And I'd feel so silly, betting on the dice. And a lover seldom see the same girl twice. And that is why, oh, that's why I chose to sing the blues. Yes, I did. I could have been a doctor.
All right. Well, I'm Denny from the Man Cave Cigar Lounge, and my guest today is Tom Poehler. Tom is co-owner in a wonderful new cigar line that has come out that we have here in the shop called Acme Cigars. Acme has several cigars in its repertoire, but oh my gosh! So we have another guest that y'all may have seen that he is showing his nipples and dancing behind the camera, and this is going to be awesome in the outtakes. Tom, I'll let you talk about the cigars for just a minute.
Okay, guys. Well, first off, Acme is a new brand, just launched about 2 months ago. Also, Acme is an old Cuban label from the late 1890s and was abandoned in the 1930s. Now, if you look here, you'll see the Acme on the box. That was actually the last logo they used in the late 30s that we brought back. Now, of course, I thought Acme meant general or generic because, the cartoons with
Right.
Bugs Bunny and
Wile E.
Roadrunner, Wile E.
Yeah.
Coyote, yeah. Turns out, actually, Acme, definition of Acme is pinnacle, or the top, the best. So, like, you have Acme Brick, Acme Anvil, now we have Acme Cigars. Now, when we went to make this cigar, we looked at many different manufacturers. And the one that we selected was Oliva Tobacco. They own the factory called Noxa down in Nicaragua. It's the second oldest factory in Nicaragua. Now, this factory has been around since the 70s. Now, the gentleman who used to run it for them had passed away a couple years back, and his name is Frank Ineza, an old Cuban guy who actually did the blends for the U.S. market for Punch and Hoyo and many other Cuban labels. So we're very fortunate in working with them. Now, Oliva Tobacco growers have been growing tobacco for 81 years since Cuba, and currently they sell tobacco to pretty much everybody in the industry, be it from General Altadis, Fuente, Davidoff, AJ, my father, everybody.
And so that people aren't confused, Oliva Tobacco is not Oliva Cigar Company. It's two entirely separate companies. Don't want people thinking Oliva is Oliva
Very good
Cigars
point.
making y'all cigars for you.
Right. Yeah. Then when we finally got the opportunity to sit with them, because you can only go in by invitation to sit with them and sit at this factory. Once we got the invitation, that's when we start working on the ideas and the blends. Now, the first thing we did was Acme Route 66. Now, this is our everyday cigar, okay? Now, this cigar is meant to go down the highway like on Route 66, smoke one right after the other and not get burned out. Now, this cigar has a 5 different tobacco blend. It has an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder, 2 Nicaraguan fillers, and a Dominican filler. Price points before state taxes are $5.90 for the Robusto, $6.40 for the Churchill, $6.90 for the Super Toro. And then the interesting thing is we have a tandem. It's an 8.5 by 52 at size A, but it's double capped, and it's rolled in a special, unique way that you can actually cut the cigar in half and make 2 cigars out of it if you want. If you want to have a 2.5 hour smoke, it's all long leaf. You can smoke straight through the cigar, or you can cut it in half and have 2 cigars for an hour each.
We've had a couple of guys here at the shop that it's basically we've shown them to them, and not to take anything away from the cigar itself, but it's kind of a novelty to see a cigar that size. Not a lot of people smoke haze. Not a lot of people. But when we explain that to them, and on that tandem, there's that little bit right in the center where you can tell that's the perfect place to cut the cigar. And we've showed that to guys here, and when you show them, look, this is 2 Robustos essentially put together, they have jumped on it. We've got guys, when you were in last time, you gave the cigar to a couple people, and they were like, I want boxes. They didn't want, hey, I'll get a box, or they wanted boxes of it. And so we jumped on it, and then they saw the tandems, and they were like, wow, that's 2 Robustos at less than the price of 1 Robusto, buying it that way. They jumped on it. We get the tandems in, and they're gone. Literally, the moment they come in, people are buying them out.
Well, thanks.
It is a great cigar. The Route 66 is a phenomenal everyday cigar.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and the cool thing about the Route 66, when we did the tandem was, I'm not a big 660 smoker. I sure as hell have never smoked like a 770 or an 880, dude. I mean, I'm not into lockjaw, so I don't want to smoke those big cigars. But I've always felt, and my partners within the company have always felt that, to get the right mixture balance between wrapper and binder to the filler, 52, 54 ring gauge is about as big as you want to go. And so the idea was, the guy who likes a 660 or 770 wants that 2+ hour smoke. Dude, get a good cigar what's balanced in the blend to the wrapper and binder and everything, that also you can have that smoke, for that length of time.
Right. Well, even the chopper at its size is, it's perfect. I think I smoked one the other day, hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours out at the car show. We took those out. We took them out to the car show, and with just the name Route 66 at the car show, we sold more of those than we did anything else out there.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's a great everyday smoke. It's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 4.5, 5 in strength, so just a hair under medium. It's real smooth, creamy. You notice, I mean, it has that sweet coffee taste to it that a lot of guys dig.
Yeah, it pairs great with coffee.
Thank you. Yeah, then the next in our lineup is this one here, the Acme Ecuador. Now, this cigar is a 6 tobacco blend. Now, it also has the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, but it's a little bit higher priming with about 6 to 12 months more aging than the Route 66 blend. Now, this one also has 2 binders. It has a Nicaraguan binder along with a San Andres Valley broadleaf binder. Then again, it has 2 Nicaraguan fillers and a Dominican filler. Now, this blend on a scale of 1 to 10 is about a 5.5. It's more comparable to like an older Cuban from the late 90s, early 2000s, with a little bit of a sweet kind of graham cracker taste to it that guys really dig. And it's personally my personal favorite. I love them all, but this is the one I gravitate to always. This is my favorite. Then after that we have the Acme San Andreas. Now this one is a 7 tobacco blend. It has a San Andres Valley broadleaf wrapper with a San Andres Valley broadleaf binder. Yes. And it has a Nicaraguan binder with 4 different Nicaraguan fillers. Now it's a 7 tobacco blend. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, this cigar is about a 6, 6.5 in strength. It's way more robust. I tell guys it's more like having a Cuban double espresso with a little sweetness added to it. Very rich. I mean, in fact, that's one you're smoking right now. But, yeah.
This is amazing. This is of the non-Route 66. This is my favorite. I know it's not. You like the other, but this one.
Yeah.
This one's great. I smoked it last time, and I can't remember. I think I had Belvini Scotch while I was smoking this. It paired perfectly. Perfectly with it.
Yeah. Well, I said, the idea behind Acme was to make a cigar that's a boutique style cigar, but at an everyday affordable price. Most comparable cigars out there run you about $4 to $6 more cigar than what these are running.
We were discussing that in the shop, that there are cigars in the humidor that are $4 or $5 more that are not as good as these cigars are.
Oh, thank you.
And it falls into the working man's cigar price. There's cigars can get expensive, and not every guy can afford to smoke a couple of $16 cigars every day, or even a $10 cigar. You're talking about $30 a day. I smoke 3 to 8, depending on what kind of day it is. And if I'm smoking a $10 cigar every time, you're talking about an $80 habit. I might as well just put it down and pick up heroin. But for the average guy that's a construction worker or auto mechanic or even a millionaire that owns chemical plants, this is a perfect cigar for anyone to pick up every day.
Yes. And then with the Acme Premiers, both the Ecuador and San Andreas, the price is the same. So like your Robusto is $7.40, your Churchill's $7.90, and the Super Toro's $8.40. And then also those cigars all come in 12-count boxes. And the box itself also doubles as a humidor. So we went with a real thick Spanish cedar, about a ½ inch thick. This way it seals. So all you have to do is put yourself in a humidipack or humidistick and have your little travel humidor with you.
I won't be giving those boxes away.
Yeah. Neither do I. I go around picking them up to use them for my samples and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Do y'all have, how long have they been out? How long has the Acme line been out?
About a little less than 2 months right now.
Are y'all planning on doing anything limited in the coming future? Or?
Yes, we actually have a cigar right now, the first Acme Limitada. Turns out it was one of the very last blends we were told by the factory that Frankie Aneza did. Cigar is about 7 years old, but it's only one size. It's a 4 1/4 by 44. Very flavorful, great stick. Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to release 500 boxes. Turns out the factory had 8,000 cigars, And when we were down at the factory, we found it in the cold storage. It had been sitting there forever. And I love the cigar so much with my buddy Jay that we decided, hey, we'd like to use this. So when I told them, when we get back to the States, give me a price on the cigar. So of course the following week they called me up and said, here's the price for 7,000 cigars. And I said, whoa, wait a minute, you guys had 8,000. They said, yeah, but we like the cigar so much we're keeping 1,000 to smoke. So I said, okay, I understand. So I said, great, well then we'll buy the 7,000. Well, we like the cigar so much, my partners, Jay and Elliot and Mario, that we decided to keep 1,000 to smoke. And we're only releasing 6,000 now. So there'll be 12 count boxes, 500 boxes, and retail will be $8 a cigar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for a true limitada that can never be reproduced again. It's done. So, yeah.
I'll definitely put on the hook for several of those boxes. Hopefully
Yeah.
we get them.
Cool. Yeah. And then after that, one of the projects we're actually Jay's working on right now is the Acme Route 1 for next year. That'll be a Connecticut version of the Route 66.
Oh, nice. I guess we'll see that at the trade show probably, or will it be before that?
Hopefully before. Our plan is to try and launch that by about May, if things work out.
The Limitada, when are y'all planning on releasing that?
We were hoping to do that in November, but it looks like we may push it out because we haven't decided on the packaging yet. So it may be February, first part of next year, until we have that one ready.
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't smoked anything bad from y'all yet,
Yeah.
so I look forward to those.
Oh yeah, I mean Jay's great at the blending. I mean I give him that. I mean he's got a great palate. I mean I can tell what I can sell because I'm a salesman, and I look for something unique and different because I've always I've been in the industry for 20 years selling for boutiques, and so I look for something niche and unique that somebody else doesn't have, and I'll tell him the flavor profiles, and he puts it together. I'll say, well, I want a little more sweetness, I want a little more salty spice on this. And he goes down there and plays it and comes back and I'm like, wow, perfect. I mean, he's got the palate for it.
For people that don't know Tom Poehler comes from a long lineage of cigar smokers in the cigar industry. Your dad was your grandfather in it before your dad?
No.
Okay.
No.
So your dad was in it. Both your brothers are in it,
Mhm.
which they're all here. They're all based out of Dallas, and
Yes.
we see them all on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, Ryan's supposed to be here at about 11:30 this morning. So.
Oh, he'll probably be a little late. So.
No, a Poehler brother late. and we love it when Tom comes in because Tom he comes in, and we get some reps that they're here 15 minutes. This is what I got. I'm peddling my wares and I'm gone. You, Jason, Ryan, y'all all want to come in, sit, relax, have a cigar, and talk. And low pressure when y'all are in. It's like, hey, this is what I got. If you want to get some of it, awesome. If not, hey, let's talk about politics or let's talk about this or sports or whatever. We can sit and just talk, and there's no high pressure. We get some of them that come in and, hey, no, man, you need to get 4 boxes of this right now. I don't want 4 boxes of that. I haven't even smoked the cigar. I don't know what it's going to taste like. So.
Right. I mean, it's all about relationships when it comes to the repping side. I've been doing this, I'm on my 20th year now. And my dad's been doing it for about 37, 38 years. And each of my brothers, I couldn't tell you, they've been in it for a good long time as well. But again, it's about partnership, working with you and everybody out there, because the way we're set up is, we're strictly commission. So if you don't make money, we don't make money. And our job isn't to force feed, our job is to help you.
Right.
Succeed. That's what we want to see.
And, one of the things that I'm trying to think of Ryan and Jason's line, none of y'all rep any bad cigars. And when it comes to a sales point of view, because I was in sales and finance for years myself, you want to push what you like.
Right.
You can't sell a bad product. You can't walk in and go, you really need to buy this. And there's some cigars out there that people bring in and we smoke it, and it's like, oh, I don't think so.
Right,
You put that down, and you're sitting there trying to tell me how great it is, and no one else likes the cigar. It's like, really?
Right. Oh, I've had those come to me all the time, and you're just like, no, I'm sorry. I can't put my name, risk my reputation, relationships over that.
Awesome. Well, Tom, we appreciate you coming in.
Sure.
Appreciate you talking about Acme.
Thank you.
We have the Acme available in the store right now. Please come down. We'll be reordering tandems shortly so that you can stock up on those. Again, my guest today, Tom Poehler. I'm Clint from the Man Cave Cigar Lounge. Thanks for coming out today.
Thank you, guys.